Hello and welcome back to the Identity Crisis channel. I'm Skella. How have you guys been? I've been going through it. Look, I've come to terms with the fact that this channel will never have a consistent upload schedule, nor will the content I post be consistent either, so, look, we're just having fun here, alright? So, to the topic at hand, Pizza Tower. So the noise update came out pretty recently, or it was recent until I decided to wait months to make this video. Point is, these little pizza gremlins have been running around my brain like invasive insects for a while now, so I thought the best way to get them out was through YouTube content. And you're all coming with me! You saw the title of this video before you clicked it, so I'm not going to explain what Pizza Tower is to you because I'm just going under the assumption that you are a Pizza Tower fan and you're looking for goofy content to feed your diseases. And if you read the title, then you also know what this video is about. You might think, Skella, what caused you to conjure this video idea? And to you, dear viewer, I say, I don't know. I like putting fictional little guys in situations, and what's a better situation than living with them? Now here's the fun part. Pizza Tower doesn't really have any concrete story or characterization for any of its characters, which isn't to say that the characters don't have any personality. No, a lot of them have plenty, but there isn't a lot of personal, intimate details to go off of. So a lot of this is going to be wild speculation. And boy, do I have some wild speculations. And so, without further ado, let us answer the riveting question of the day. Which Pizza Tower characters would make the best roommates? And who better to start with than everyone's favorite sweaty little paisano. Peppino is the perfect way to start this video because he's pretty neutral on the pros and cons of him being your roommate. Let's start with the pros. So to start, we got a lot in common, and by that I mean all the anxiety. If you're gonna room with somebody, I think it's pretty solid advice that you want to room with someone you at least get along with, if not are pretty good friends with. I mean, you're living with them, so I think that's pretty fair. As I said before, we don't really know a lot about Peppino as a person, but he seems pretty nice. Very relatable too, and I think that's a very good quality to have. Another pro is, the man can cook. Allegedly. Look, we have no idea why his restaurant is failing. It could just be general budget problems, or he's stationed in a bad place. Which looks like a fair assumption because it looks like his restaurant is sitting in the middle of an open field with no sign of civilization. The point I'm trying to make here is that we don't know if he doesn't have customers because of the quality of his food, and I choose to believe that he's a good cook, and I think that's a great quality to have in a roommate. 5-star meals every night. Unfortunately, we now move on to the cons. As stated before, Peppino is in quite grave debt, and that's a pretty good reason for him to room with you. But that also means he probably won't be a very good help when it comes to paying rent. And, oh yeah, I'm taking rent pay into consideration this video. I'm taking this shit seriously. But would rent really matter with him? Look at him. He looks like a wet cat. Would you really kick poor little Peppino to the streets? I wouldn't. I couldn't. I'd never live with myself. But that's really the only major issue you're gonna have with Peppino. Other than that, there's just some minor nitpicks, like how goddamn sweaty he is. He has gotta be the dampest man alive. Also, he's just gonna take up a lot of space in your medicine cabinet. Like, all of it. You can't look at him and tell me he doesn't need pills. With all that being said, I think Peppino lands himself a nice positive A rank in terms of roommate quality. Next in line for our roommate candidates is Gustavo, and also Brick. I'm ranking them together because I refuse to separate them. That would be cruel. Honestly, other than the fact he's bringing a giant rat with him everywhere, there isn't much negative I have to say about him. He's kind of just like an upgraded Peppino. He's less sweaty, probably less burdened with mental illness, And no offense to Peppino, but I feel like I trust him with my finances more. I don't know, he just has that kind of look to him. And also, he's just a delightful little guy. How could you say no to him? How could you not want to hang out with Gustavo? Look at him. Now, to address the giant rat in the room, I have nothing against rodents of any kind. I love rats and mice. I think they're adorable. But I have to acknowledge that they are plague carriers. But I'll give Brick the benefit of the doubt and assume that he is a clean rat. He seems civilized to me. I think that's a fair assumption to make. It'll be like having a big dog. And I already have a big dog in real life, so I think I can handle it. Now, this may be controversial, but I think I can safely give Gustavo and Brick an S rank. I really don't have that much negative to say about them. I would gladly let them be my roommates. Alright, time for shit to go downhill. I really didn't want to talk about this guy, but Pizza Tower doesn't have that many characters, so I kinda have to. Next on our list is Mr. Stick. And I mean, what else can I say about him other than he's not my roommate, he's the landlord. And nobody likes landlords. I think it's a fair point to make. I don't trust him. He's too tall. He looks like he smells like olive oil. What even is his job anyway? Is he a tax collector or something? I don't know what his job is, but I probably hate it. If he is my roommate in this situation, he better be paying all the fucking rent, because if he doesn't, I'm gonna rob him. Mr. Stick gets a C rank, not because I'm okay with him, but because there's a lot worse people that you could room with. Finally, getting into the characters I know you guys have been waiting for, the bosses. And first up is Pepperman, which, honestly, after thinking it over, I don't think Pepperman would be that bad. Don't get me wrong, rooming with Pepperman would not be ideal. I don't think it would be pleasant in the slightest, but I think you could do a lot worse. I think Pepperman is probably the best choice among the bosses, to be honest. The only things we know about Pepperman that are concrete is that he's poetic, pretentious, and a pepper. And also an artist. Oh, but not just any artist. He's one of those Squidward types. If you room with Pepperman, your house is going to be full of giant portraits of just him. Your place is gonna be covered wall to wall with his dumb smiling mug, and you can't do jack shit about it. And the worst part is, he's gonna think you're the nightmare roommate. He's making chore wheels, he's gating you out of the kitchen because he just mopped, he's judging your food choices. All the while, he never lets you pick any movies on movie night, and he listens to terrible music all the time. Now this might sound terrible, but at least you have solace in knowing that your house is squeaky fucking clean. Look, art snobs might be annoying, but let's be real, they are not the worst people you could live with. And if your house stays clean, I think that's a pretty fair trade. Pepperman gets a B rank. Time for your living situation to get just slightly worse as we move on down to the rootin' tootin' glob of cheese, the Vigilante. Vigilante. I don't fucking know.
Vigilante.
So aside from the dubiously but probably not canon comics, the only personality trait that we know Vigilante has is cowboy. He's tough, chivalrous, and the only thing he wants more than a shot of whiskey is a shot of justice. I like to believe that he's a kind-hearted cowboy, but there's also this fear in the back of my mind that he would call you a slur because you drank orange juice without pulp. Am I calling Vigilante from the hit game Pizza Tower a conservative? Maybe. This dude is NNOC, never not open carrying. Your neighbors are coming to you weekly about all the gunshots, and you can't tell them what he's firing at because he won't tell you. I'll give him this, if he's rooming with you, you are very well protected. The burning question is, will the Vigilante pay his rent? The answer? I wholeheartedly believe yes. He is splitting it down the middle and he is paying his fair share. I don't know how well he's being paid serving high noon justice, but I have full trust in him. Now, not to sound close-minded, but the biggest issue that I have with Vigilante is what he is, that being a giant glob of cheese. He is so greasy. He is greasy. He is leaving grease trails everywhere he goes. Your whole house is gonna smell like cheese grease, and I can't live with that. With the pros and cons added up, I think the Vigilante deserves a low B rank. it's about to get a lot worse. Alright, up next is... What is that? Did you guys hear that? What's that noise? It's the guy you've all been waiting for, and don't you lie to me, I know you've been waiting for him. It's the noise! Oh my god, where do I start? Let's get the pros out of the way because there's only one pro, that being, you might get some clout living with him. I don't think the clout's worth it. Let's start with the easy question. Is he paying rent? Hell no, he's not paying rent. He's loaded as hell, but he is not spending a dime on your ass. Speaking of him being loaded, this guy's a TV star. Do you think he knows how to take care of his own house? He's used to having some maid or cleaning service around. He is not cleaning up after himself. Your house is gonna be a disaster. In fact, he's gonna trash the house on purpose, bring his camera crew in for a house tour, and blame it all on you. He smells like churros and Axe body spray. He is smoking indoors no matter how many times you told him to go outside with that. He is drinking all your Pepsi and calling you a bitch. And all the while, he's chewing on your furniture and clawing up your couch because there's something wrong with this thing. The only reason I could think to room with the noise is if you are desperate or you have some sick fantasy about rooming with a self-absorbed Tasmanian devil. D-Rank, get this thing away from me! Moving on to something less scary, Fake Peppino. I don't know what sort of situation you would have gotten yourself into to be rooming with Fake Peppino, but it's gonna be a situation, alright. Let's get one thing clear. You are not roommates with Fakey. You are housing an SCP for whatever reason, and you know his ass has containment procedures. What those procedures are? I can't tell you. It's really not easy to read this guy, and I feel like that is making the situation so much worse. Will he actively try to hurt me, or is he only out to get Peppino? I don't know, and I don't know if I want to know. Let's consider for a second that he doesn't have anything against you. He's just some fucking critter in your house. I'm not cleaning that shit up. He is dripping all over the place. He is so goopy. I have this feeling that there's always gonna be some organization trying to capture him. So having him in your house is gonna make you feel like Elliot protecting E.T. from the government. And I'm gonna be real, I don't think I want that responsibility. Obviously, Fakey is not paying rent. I don't think he knows what currency is. If you somehow end up with this sloppy doppelganger in your house, my only advice to you would be to lock him in the basement and slide some kid cuisine under the door twice a day. Fakey gets a C rank, because while it's an unsettling situation to be in, he still doesn't scare me half as much as the noise does. Alrighty, we've only got one major character left, but we also have a couple side characters that we can use for a quick lightning round. Starting with Janitor Jerome. He seems chill, but we probably wouldn't hang out. B rank. Noisette. She is a package deal with the noise, and you cannot fucking expect me to handle two of them at once. I am sorry, girly. D rank. The noise makes me feel very clammy. C rank. Snick. Hell fucking yeah. P rank. And thus ends the lightning round, leaving us with only one potential roommate left. And he also happens to be the roommate that I have the least solid read on. That being Pizza Head. What do I say about Pizza Head? He knows more than me, and I don't like it. Just gonna get this out of the way. I don't feel safe with him. I'm scared. He's gonna pull something. I don't know what he's gonna pull, but he's gonna do it. Probably a rope to drop an anvil on me. He's gonna paint a hyper-realistic tunnel on one of our walls, and I'm gonna fucking fall for it. I'm gonna run straight into that, and I'm gonna flatten my face like a pancake, and it's gonna be so embarrassing, and all my friends will laugh at me. Is he paying rent? I don't know, he won't tell me. I'm assuming he has money, because I'm under the assumption that he paid off all the bosses to try and kill Peppino for him. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, he might have only paid Pepperman and Vigilante, because I think Noise would do it for free, and I don't think Fakey knows what's going on. If I'm not already scared of Pizza Head as a person, I'm scared of the situations he's gonna get us in. Because I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna piss off Peppino again, he's gonna come running down to our house, and he's gonna knock it down. He will have no remorse. Look at him, he think everything a fucking game. He's gonna make your place look like an Italian funhouse and it's gonna be a nightmare. I don't know what he wants, I don't know what his problem is, and I don't know what he's doing in our garage, but I want him out, I want to get away from him, D-rank. I hate his gay little run. I'm sorry, I'm calm now. It was getting too real. And that covers everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you make an informed decision on which of these characters to allow into your house. Because I don't know if anyone's told you, but as of 5 seconds ago, Pizza Tower is real, and all the characters are coming to your home with the expectation of being your roommate. You better make the right choice, because you're only getting one. Anyways, that's all. I had a lot of fun making this video. I love making pointless, goofy list videos, and I hope you guys like it too. Let me know what you'd like to see me make next, because I am in desperate need of ideas, and I am open to any suggestions. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you liked it. It really motivates me to keep going. And like this video to die instantly. Goodbye!